good morning. As you all may know, next week is Nature Week, and I, as the president of Nature Society, Ahmed Farid bin Jafar, are given the task to choose the best activity. So I gathered you all here to discuss this matter about this topic. Okay. What's your opinion on this, Nakib?
Okay. Waalaikumsalam. For me, the best suggestion is organize a trip to national park, such as Endarompin National Park, Gunung Ledang National Park. The reason is to the people can learn about nature, such as plants, animals, and their relay on each other. We can release stress because the harmony environment from the daily stress. People to the importance of the nature, and also people can be one with the nature.
But at a certain degree, to make it more interesting, we should make a camping trip to a forest reserve, right? So, as we say about camping trip, it must be a fun trip, and within the fun we're having, or the participant having, or the society that involved it, we can also at the moment instill the love to nature into the people that involved in our activity. For as an example, during the camping trip, we can organize an activity to the, for example, to the waterfall, seeing the faunas, and also showing them a famous place, like in our UPMs, we have forest reserve, right, at Puchong, and the famous place for the Puchong forest reserve is Air Hitam, right? We have been gone there, and
yes.
Also, what about you, Azawi?
I think it's better for us to do an replanting trees activity. Not only that we get to show the newer students, as we call the new generation, ways to plant trees. There are many benefits in tree planting, such as they are known as oxygen dispensers, and with them we can reduce this environment that is ever so destroying itself. In addition, the costs I'm pretty sure the cost for our students of UPM is cheap, because we basically
Yeah.
okay, as we all have given our own opinions, how about our leader, the chairman?
Okay, thank you, Zawir. Okay, from my opinion, I would choose the least costly, and it's least cost but is full of information. I would like to make a recycling day. For me, recycling day is not like everyone must collect all the trashes, all the papers, bottles, aluminium cans, and gather them to make send them to the dispenser and recycle them. No, for me, recycling day is when we all celebrate what's the importance of recycling. We must know. We need to make a campaign about the importance of recycling. We need to explain to the students in this university what's the importance of recycling. What does it do to nature? What does it give to us? How does it benefit us? How can we use recycling as a new future, a green future, an efficient future for our next generation. As we all know that the production of plastic has many pollutions to the air, water, and it's really costly. By recycling, we can reduce this pollution, and we can make a better future for our generation. That's my opinion. Okay. All have good suggestion. Now let's discuss which is the best activity. Okay, Nakib?
Stick with my suggestion, which is visiting the national park, because it is not very costly and we can still have fun what nature has to offer.
That I have to agree to disagree with you. Compared to my suggestions, having camping trip is better than having just a trip to the national park, because when we're having camping trip to the forest reserve, the forest has more than the national park has, because the original national park is from the forest, right?
Yes.
So, and furthermore, by having camping trip to the forest reserve, we can gain more experience than we have gained experience from the trip to the national park. It's different from having camping trip and just a trip, because camping trip you have been go through a day and a night, and it's different from the day and night at the place. Even it's national park or even it's at the forest reserve. And by having camping trip to the forest reserve, we can organize more activity than we have been organized in the national park. For example, we can having a solo walk to encourage our confidence, to encourage and build our confidence, or we can having and survival knowledge by the whoever instructor there at there, and many more. We can do varieties of activities at the forest reserve compared to the national park. And what about you, Zawi?
Suggestion: as participants follow this activity, which has fun in it, it will change into a much more memorable memory. As these memories are much more memorable, the participants will appreciate it more. So they will appreciate nature more, as it gives us what it can give.
I think all your suggestions are good, but I think, based on my opinion, based on my personal experience, this recycling day is very different from your perception of the nature. Recycling, because in Nature Week, we need to appreciate nature. Or my activity can change the world, can change how society thinks. Based on the activity is much more appreciating nature. We know we can appreciate nature more, but how can we change? We can't just appreciate them. We can't just appreciate nature and expect society to change. No, based on my opinion, we need to make society change, because I think we need to find the roots of the problem of this nature. Based on today's trend, deforestation, pollution are getting worse by the day. But from this past decade, we can see the difference. We can see that there's an increase in carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, and we can know the greenhouse effect are really taking. Global warming, as you may know, is really an important problem in our society, in this world. Yes, I think we need to find the source of the problem, which is society. But from my activity, recycling, we can change the world. So I have to disagree with their suggestion, which is more to appreciating than changing. Okay. Pause. and hearing all your opinions, I've come to my consensus that we can agree that we need to make a trip to the forest. We must appreciate the nature, but on the second hand, we must change how people and society see nature. That's why I think the best activity is making a trip to the forest reserve or national park. Either way is good, but I think based on your suggestion, camping is not necessarily important. It's more to an optional choice. Okay, based on our suggestion, I can conclude that the best activity is making a trip to the forest reserve or national park.
Yeah, I won.
But I think that we can all agree that camping is optional, and we must do it in a way that we can change the society mindset on how can we appreciate nature and how can we help them. So that is my conclusion. Thank you for gathering here. Thank you for gathering here. I think we can finish this discussion. Thank you all.